Hi, everyone. I have got to share this really interesting, spooky story. I'm I'm in Chicago right now. Look at how beautiful this is. Right back here, this is the Navy Pier. And look at there's the Ferris wheel right there. At night, this all lights up. It's gorgeous. There was a big fireworks show last night too. It was so cool. My husband and I were just sitting here at this window and just watching that fireworks show. Well, Chicago's amazing, right? But who knew it had so many spooky stories? I'm actually at a medical conference right now, and that's why we're in Chicago. But as we were walking around and looking at all the sites, we came across a building called the Congress Hotel. And apparently, the Congress Hotel is known to be the most haunted hotel in Chicago. I didn't know that. And a really famous Chicagoan, Al Capone, is known to haunt there. People that work and stay there have said that they've seen his apparition appear in hallways and in rooms, and they hear his shoes like click clacking down the hallway. I guess he used to wear these famous two-tone color shoes. They also say they hear voices in the ballroom there. And doesn't that remind you of the movie The Shining when Jack Nicholson's character goes to the ballroom and it's this huge New Year's Eve party? It's so creepy. That's what that reminds me of. And they also hear knocking on the headboard. I would, if I was in a hotel room and I heard knocking on the headboard, I'd be like, yeah, check out. Checking out now, checking out early. Um, so, hearing that about Al Capone made me want to kind of research, his. Of course, I know about Al Capone, as I'm sure you are too. Mike, what you know about Al Capone, like from the movies?
Absolutely.
Do you remember that movie? Not the Expendables, the Kevin Costner. What was that movie? The Untouchables.
Yeah, untouchable.
Do you remember the
I
Untouchables?
do.
Was that about Al Capone?
I believe so.
We think it was about Al Capone. We could be wrong. Maybe it was just sort of. It's a great movie if you haven't seen it. But anyway, Al Capone's story is kind of creepy too. It's no wonder he's haunting the Congress Hotel. You know, I guess in the start of his gangster life, he was a bouncer at a brothel and apparently just got too comfortable there because he ended up with syphilis and gonorrhea. And his story goes that he was never really treated for that. And so what that does, it eventually over time, it can really attack the heart, the liver, and the brain. And when he was finally arrested for tax evasion, right? Because the IRS may take a while, but they'll eventually get you, right? So pay your taxes. But got sent to Alcatraz, and his syphilis eventually got to his brain so much that he went certifiably insane. So what ended up happening was the guards would say he would sit in his cell with his fur coat on, his hat, his gloves, and the cell was hot. I mean, this was on the West Coast, and they would hear him like, laughing and disobeying orders to the fact that it was actually harming him because he just was crazy, insane. But they finally let him go because I guess his wife was worried that, okay, he's insane now. He's so sick. Just, out of the goodness of their heart, I guess they let him out of prison. And he ended up going back to Florida and ended up dying of cardiac arrest, heart attack and then cardiac arrest. And then I guess ended up passing away in Florida. So it's interesting, though, all the reports of him haunting over here at the Congress Hotel. So since I'm here at a medical conference, something fascinating I need to share with you, and you need to know this. Two things. One, just walking barefoot on the ground, so it can be beach, sand, dirt, grass, can improve your heart health. There's actual scientific literature behind this. This cardiologist was talking about how it can actually lower the blood viscosity, so it makes your blood healthier and thinner by just walking barefoot. There's a lot of science behind it, but just know you can just go down to the beach over here, take your shoes off, walk around. No wonder it feels so good after you walk around at the beach for a while, right? And the second thing is, here's like an interesting fact. People over the age of 50 right now, as of the last report in 2021, the rate of syphilis is increasing. It's like 4,000 people over the age of 50 were diagnosed with syphilis in 2021. So the number is going the wrong direction because we do have a cure for syphilis. It's a shot of penicillin. And so that's a little bit of a concern. But really, enjoying the new spooky stories that I'm hearing here. Have you heard of any other spooky stories here in
Just the Al
Chicago?
Capone one. And Untouchables is about Al Capone.
Oh yeah, so he's confirming the Untouchables is about Al Capone. Really interesting. So we might have to check out the Congress Hotel, but not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous to be going over there and doing that. Okay, well, I just thought I would share that. Thank you for joining me here, and I will see you on the next one.